What up, fam? I go by the name of Blessons. I'm a producer and mixing engineer at the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and today we're continuing with our parallel compression series. Let me show you one of my approaches when it comes to mixing my drums. Let's get into it.
Blessons did it.
Okay, so parallel compression when it comes to drums. To me, it's about aggression. It's about fullness. It's about getting those drums to pop. This is where parallel compression is really going to come into play and how we can use it to our benefit when mixing our drums. Now you can parallel the whole drum bus, and sometimes that works great, but I find myself most of the time paralleling my kick and occasionally my snare and 808. But how would I approach that, right? If you notice, I have two auxes right here in green, one labeled drum crush and one labeled kick para. Now I find myself using kick para when I need more top end or punch out of my kick. However, as far as drum crush is typically when I need more body. That's when I'll use something like that. In this track, I didn't even use the drum crush, but I pulled it up here so I can show you how to use it should you need it. So I'm gonna play these drums here and I'm going to unbypass the kick para, right? So you can see how the kick drum punches out. Here we go. Now you see it just pops out, but what really matters is how it sounds in the mix. Here's without in the mix, and then I'll put with the mix.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision, I'm stuck in the middle, this shit got me tripping. She digging my pimpin'.
Now if you notice, you hear more of that top end of that kick, more of that punch throughout that kick. It's just another way to make it happen, right? Another tool to use. Now before we get into my settings and showing you how I'm doing this, I want to let you guys know that I'm about to drop my free mini course, How I Start Every Mix, that will be completely free for a limited time. So if you want to take time to register, go ahead and click the link below and I'll be sure you get your copy once it's released. So how am I doing that? I have an SSL compressor, okay? I have a slower attack, faster release, right? And I'm getting, let's see how much compression I'm getting. Let's try it out. Let's go back and solo the drums. Killing it, right? And all I do is, and you can copy my settings, feel free, slower attack, faster release, right? Ratio is 10, so a lot of compression, and then I just blend the taste, okay? Sometimes what I'll do on the kick here is I'll zero this out, right? So if you see here, I'm sending a copy of the kick to this aux track, right? And then I'm blending to taste. So let's do it.
Said that she love me to hate me.
Now, obviously I'm over exaggerating it so you can just see how it makes a difference. Now, what about the drum crush? Typically I use the drum crush if I want some more fatness, right? And you can see here I have these sends going into the drum crush. So basically it's sending a copy of my 808, my bass, my kick, and I believe I have the snare bus all going into this drum crush track, right? Now what I'm gonna do is unmute it and you can see how it stands at attention. Here we go, in conjunction with that. Now, this track didn't call for it. That sounds pretty good. The 808 stands real up front, but let's hear it in the mix.
Said that she love me to hate me, I'm taking away you could date me. She said that it driving her crazy, but I can't be your man. Decision.
Doesn't sound bad. I could have used it, right? But I chose not to in this track because I didn't need it. What am I doing? Same thing. I got a blue face here. Pretty much the same thing I did on my vocal parallel compression. Same type of settings. And let's see how much compression I'm getting. Killing that thing, right? Then I go behind it with the Studer. And with the Studer, I got just put in here some saturation on that. So without it. Basically adding some grit. And then after that, the L1, just squeezing it out just so that way it can be controlled, right? Listen to that alone, how it lifts that 808. It sounds amazing, right? But you have to be careful because it's real easy to get out of control with it, right? And I've done that a few times. But this is how I use parallel compression when it comes to my drum bus or my drums in general. Now, hopefully that's provided some clarity for you guys and provided a way to use parallel processing when it comes to mixing your drums. Do me a favor and leave me a comment and let me know if you're currently using parallel processing on your drums. If this video's helped you out in any way, like the video and share it with someone that you think could benefit from these parallel compression tips on your drums. Again, I go by the name of Blessons, and remember to always, always, always trust your ears. I'm out.
Blessings did it.